Hey, what's up everybody? Quentin here with Catfish Karma, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how, when, and where to throw a taped deep water cast net. It starts right now. Alright y'all, check it out. It's midwinter. It's really cold out here. The water temperatures are in the low 30s. And because of that, all the bait that I need to try to get after is really deep. I did see some at about 28 feet. A lot of it's out in like 40 feet of water. And the reality is, it takes a much bigger and much heavier cast net than you might realize to reach that kind of water. Most cast nets aren't even effective beyond 15 feet because all cast nets tend to close, at least some, as they fall through the water column. That's where this tape comes in. This tape essentially acts as a wing. Think of it as, literally as a wing that sort of keeps the net spread out as it falls through the water column. It's because of that that we can get to these deeper columns of bait, or these deeper piles of bait. Now with this tape, it slows the net down, so we've got to have a lot of weight. This is a 1.5 pound per foot net, so pretty heavy net. And we need a nice long hand line. This is a 50-foot hand line. Most cast nets are going to come with like a 25-foot hand line, and not only is that not enough to get to the bait that I want to get, but you also have to realize that your boat is often going to be moving when you throw your net. And so even if you have a 25-foot hand line, you're not going to get 25 feet deep because of the angle of the rope. Make sense? I'm just about over the pile of bait that I want to start throwing at. So I'm going to get a couple throws in, and then I'm going to break down exactly how I throw a taped deep water cast net. Okay, y'all, if you're new to taped nets, it would be reasonable for you to look at that and be intimidated. That's a lot going on, isn't it? Well, the reality is, if you get a good quality tape net, I don't think that you're going to find it any more difficult to throw than any other net. I'm going to throw it essentially with one hand like I do all nets, using the 50-50 method. I've taught this method before here on this channel. I've got multiple videos on it if you want to check them out, and I'll probably link some in the description. In this video, but it's real simple. I choke up about 1 foot of this net. It's an 8-footer, so I choke it down to about 7, and then I divide it in half. See, about halfway down. Put that in my right hand, and then I want to split these leads in half. That's about half there. Divide this length in half. Transfer it away from my body to my right hand. Grab one of these two lead lines, the one closest to me, put it in my right hand. Notice how I folded this tape over. All in my right hand. Now I'm ready to throw it. I'm going to grab this part and hold it close to my body. There you go. Opened up just fine. No spinning. I didn't throw it really hard. No crazy tricks. Just a simple 50-50 method. It opened up really well. Because this is a heavy net, it's still falling fast even with that tape. Looks like it's maybe on bottom now. Alright. Got a couple of gizzard shad and an Asian carp. Not exactly what I want, but it's a start. Alright, let's look at that method again. I've got half the net in my right hand, splitting the leads in half, transfer it away from my body to my right hand, grab the lead line closest to me, flip the tape over, grab the lead line closest to me again, and I'm ready to throw. got some bait. Okay, the bait is starting to pile up down here on the deck. I don't need much more. Let's talk about the specifics of a deep water taped net that you need to keep in mind if you're in the market for one or if you're considering making one. You will find videos on people just making homemade tape nets. I'm not saying you shouldn't try that. I'm not saying that they won't work. However, there are some things that a lot of people overlook when they make those homemade tape nets. As I mentioned, the tape will slow your net down. So if you don't have a heavy net, a true high quality heavy net, it's going to move really slow. And you know, at some point you're going to have diminishing returns if you tape your net and slow it down too much. So you need a good quality net that came with a lot of weight on it before you even get started. Second, you know, not all your hardware store tape is going to be rated for what you're going to put this through. You know, it's got to not only hold up to the water, but remain really flexible over time. Also, you need some UV resistance. You know, so there's a few things to keep in mind with the quality of tape. And then another big one that a lot of people overlook is the hand line itself. I mentioned earlier, it takes more hand line than you might think to be able to catch these deep schools of bait. You can't take a 25-foot hand line and expect to catch fish that are in 25 or more feet of water, because your rope is always going to be at somewhat of an angle. Most of your cheaper cast nets are not going to come with a significant hand line. This one has a 50-footer. That's a big deal.